Behavior just released the patch notes for patch 6.2.0, which covers changes from the P2B of the Resident Evil chapter that was live 2 weeks ago, and some changes to previous patches like patch 6.1.0. In today's video, I will quickly let you all know what changes are coming to Dead by Daylight. But before we get started, hello! Welcome in or welcome back. My name is Sharon and I'm a legacy-free beta player, Nia main, with nearly 9,000 hours in Dead by Daylight. I stream Dead by Daylight on twitch.tv/Sharon and I upload consistently on this YouTube channel with lots of different DBD content. I hope you enjoy your stay and let's get started with the video. So, first things first, Behavior is updating the cost of the items in the Blood Web. Here you see the old and the new prices of the rarity of said items. This change will allow you to go through the Blood Web much quicker as it costs less overall. They are also readdressing camping and tunneling in the game. They observe the numbers and feel confident of buffing the base kit board time. It's going from having to 5 seconds endurance time paired with a 7% haste speed to a 10-second endurance time and a 10% haste speed. A much needed change, as tunneling and camping is still really strong in the current meta, and with little punishment to killers. 5 seconds was super easy to wait out and made it still relatively hard to get anywhere if you were not hooked somewhere close by pallets or windows. Since the update came out, I've been saying that we needed to buff the numbers, so I'm happy that they finally did it. Hopefully this change paired with reassurance will punish camping and tunneling more. Now onto some of the PTB changes. For one, they are buffing Wesker, aka the Mastermind. Or changing things, however you want to see it. Apparently the collision detection of his rush was a little bit too sensitive, which caused him to bump into objects more frequently. They toned down the sensitivity so it's easier to control. Secondly, on the P2B, if you would vault a window or a pallet and Wesker would use his bound power onto that, nothing happened. Now they're making it so if he uses his power when you vault, you get injured. And when you stay too close to a vault when he uses his power, you get injured too. Another change to Wesker is that they're buffing his base movement speed in between bounds, so you can reposition yourself a bit faster and easier. It's going from 2.3 ms to 2.76. Now apparently a lot of people on the P2B got confused and didn't realize that they got injured when they got a fellow survivor thrown into them. Now to counter that confusion, they are making it more obvious by putting you into the deep wound state, which is a win for killers because survivors has to take time to get themselves out of the wound state. And the last change to Wesker is that they have toned down the survivor collision. So now you have to be more in front of Wesker to get thrown or grabbed or smacked against the wall, whereas on the P2B, the collision was apparently really big, so you would get hidden even though it didn't really connect visually. So that's nice. It's nice to, you know, see it more happen on your screen, whereas in return you're like, okay, that's fair, instead of on the P2B it was like, what the heck, that shouldn't have connected. So it's nice that they toned down the collision to counter that a little bit. Behavior felt like the 2 new RPD maps had too many pallets on them, so they decided to reduce the amount of pallets on both maps. And this change should be active once all the changes make it through to the live version. And the last thing of the patch notes, the perk changes. They decided to revert the Medal of Men changes back to its older state, and Medal of Men will now grant a unique protection effect that will not be cancelled by performing any action in the game like Endurance does. If you don't know, I made a video on reassurance the other week. If you haven't checked it out, I will link it on the top of the screen for you to check it out. But Behavior also has decided to somewhat nerf reassurance. They're making it so you can only use your reassurance once per hook state, but the other survivors can also use their reassurance as well per 1 hook state. So you as a whole team can still add 90 seconds of reassurance time onto the already 60-second base hook time, which is still a lot. And surprisingly, Behavior went more gentle onto the perk than I did in my video. They did, however, not increase the range of the perk, which means potentially killers like Baba will become more popular in the upcoming patch. They also nerfed Awakened Awareness. They noticed the perk could be oppressive on certain killers, nurse, especially with Lethal Pursuer and Starstruck. Sheesh, I wonder which killer uses those perks often. Anyways, they have removed the lingering aura reading effect if the survivor is dropped, hooked, or wiggled free. And Behavior has decided to buff 2 perks of the upcoming patch as well. First up, Low Profile. Instead of Low Profile only being active when you're the last survivor alive, it now activates each time you are the last survivor which isn't dying, hooked, or already dead. And to add on to that, they basically added Old Iron Wool onto the perk, aka Low Profile will mask your grunts of pain when it's active. And the second perk that is getting buffed is Better Than Kneel. Better Than Kneel granted any survivor you healed 6% bonus speed to repairing, healing, opening a chest, and totem cleansing for 35 seconds. They have removed the duration, and the effect will now stay onto those survivors until they get hit again. They also buffed the percentage from 6 to 16, so a massive increase to this perk. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I like the duration not being a thing anymore, but I fear that this might be really strong in Survive with Friends, but we shall see. I mean, best way to test it out is to put it on the service and see how it goes, but yeah, pretty good buff to both perks and pretty good nerfs to both perks. Also, if you didn't know, Behavior is planning on releasing a new bunch of skins. Here's a screenshot of the upcoming characters that will be receiving a skin in the next month or so. I hope that the skins will be to your liking, and may you buy them all. And that is it for the patch notes. All these changes should go live on the 30th of August, which is when the Resident Evil DLC also gets released. I hope that with this video you will feel informed and prepared for the changes. Let me know in the comment section what is your favorite change of this patch. Mine is the base kit board time change. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'm gonna ask you to do the things that every YouTuber asks you to do. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and see you all next time. Bye bye!